Is it just me, or are Hollywood blockbusters becoming a bit too easy to follow? I mean, look at Terminator Genisys. It's about a group of futuristic freedom fighters who are in a battle for their lives against an artificial intelligence named Skynet, armed with powerful robots who are attempting to exterminate the human race, having deemed humanity a threat to, humanity? Just as the freedom fighters are about to deliver the killer blow to their robotic overlords and take back the future, the AI decides to rig the game and send one of their own soldiers, called a Terminator, back in time to kill the mother of the leader of the resistance movement before he was even born. Eradicating him from existence means that if freedom fighters have no leader, then there can't be freedom fighters in the future for some reason. The leader of the movement, John Connor, finds out about the time travel plot against him, so he decides to send his best friend, warrior brother Kyle Reese, back in time to 1984 to protect his mother from the robotic assassin, and eventually become his father in the process. However, just as Kyle Reese gets into the time machine, one of the freedom fighters hops onto John Connor, turning him into a robotic human hybrid. Surprising. At the same time as this, Kyle Reese, still in the time machine, starts seeing visions of an alternative past where his child self, in 2017, talks into a mirror with a grave warning that a new software called Genisys, developed by a company called Cyberdyne Systems, not Sega, is actually the evil artificial intelligence called Skynet, who eventually wipes out most of humanity. Finally, Kyle is zapped back into 1984, where he's immediately confronted by an Asian police officer, who is actually another futuristic robot made from liquid metal called a T-1000. Kyle runs away from the T-1000 and is quickly arrested by real policemen. Just before the T-1000 terminates Kyle Reese, he is saved by the woman he was sent back in time to protect, Sarah Connor. Now, on the lam from the Asian robot, Kyle finds out that he is actually in an alternative timeline, since Skynet actually sent a liquid metal robot to the year 1973 to kill John Connor's mother when she was just a child. However, before the T-1000 can terminate Sarah, another Terminator terminates him, or it, I should say, saving the young girl and then raising her to become a warrior, just like her own son becomes in the future. Kyle, Sarah, and her Terminator daddy, named Pops, real original, go to a warehouse where they destroy the Asian Terminator, and then finish making their own time machine where they plan to travel into the future to the year 1997. And stop Skynet on the day that it comes online, instead of, just waiting around and planning it out properly. This is where Kyle tells Sarah and Pops of his time-traveling vision, and that they should instead go to the year 2017, as since the timeline has changed. This is the moment where the artificial intelligence strikes at humanity for the first time. After some convincing, they decide to go, except for Pops, who can't go because he's not probably prepared for time travel. So Kyle and Sarah travel alone to the year 2017 together, where they are quickly arrested, as Sarah's older robotic daddy is stuck in traffic.
Bite me.
While being detained, they are surprised by a visit from their very own time-traveling son, John Connor, now older than they are, who helps them escape custody. This pre-family reunion is short-lived, however, when Kyle, Sarah, and Pops realize that John Connor is in fact part robot now. John attempts to kill his own parents before they can destroy his new parent, Skynet, stating that their death before he is actually born will not prevent his own existence. Somehow. Getting away by the skin and metal of their teeth, Kyle, Sarah, and Pops manage to escape and hide in a bunker to put their plan into action. However, John Connor arrives and forces them to run away once again. A chase occurs as our heroes race toward the factory before Skynet switches on, quickly followed by their robotic son, John. After crashing a bus and a helicopter, Kyle and Sarah run into the Cyberdyne factory to blow it up before the software is launched that evening. They are met by both the artificial intelligence child version of Genisys and the artificial version of their own child, John. A struggle between man and machine begins, resulting in Sarah's Terminator father dragging her Terminator son into a new, unfinished time machine in an attempt to destroy them both. While John Connor is terminated, Father Terminator's body is flung into liquid metal, and he survives, becoming upgraded in the process. Meanwhile, Kyle and Sarah blow up the factory, surviving by hiding in another part of the factory. In the end, Kyle, Sarah, and upgraded Father Terminator meet young Kyle and tell him to tell himself that Genisys is actually Skynet in disguise, so that when they have sex and give birth to their son, this son will eventually send his younger father back in time so that he can save his mother from robots sent from the future by the evil artificial intelligence that they just destroyed in the past, which may or may not have been destroyed. The end. Simple.